Hey, Jim Wolf here, and welcome to 9 Holes of Wisdom, where I share 9 things that I've learned that might be helpful to you while I play a quick round of golf, and I'll share 1 tip per hole. Today's topic is 9 things I wish I knew before I started my own business, and today's golf course is Star Dome Golf Course in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Now, the reason why I'm doing this series is because when you start your own business, you're going to work a lot. Since I quit my job in December 2014, I've pretty much worked on my thing 7 days a week since then. And so if you're not going to do something like this where you play golf once in a while, or you do something a little bit different, like today's Wednesday morning, for example, and I'm going to play a round of golf, if you don't do something like that once in a while, it's not going to be worth it to quit your job and start your own thing. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do those creative things that you really want to do, what's the difference between that and working for someone else? So my suggestion is you're going to work really hard 7 days a week, 24/7 on your thing, and once in a while, do something like this. Do something creative. Do something that you really want to do, because what I really want is freedom. That's the reason I started my own business. I want freedom to be who I am and to do the things that I love. And I actually didn't realize how much I valued golf until I moved to Asia. And I only took 1 bag with me. And even though I only had 1 bag, I managed to find room for my golf shoes. And so before that, I didn't realize how much I valued golf. It's not something that I do very much. I don't play that often. But I found out how much I valued it. And so I want to incorporate that into my business if I can. And so I woke up this morning and decided to come here and play a quick round of golf and also share some value with you. And so, again, today's topic is 9 things I wish I knew before I started my own business, and we will start with hole number 1. I'll see you there. And the first tip I have for you today is that everything will take longer than you expect. For example, I planned to publish my last book on February 14th, and it didn't come out until July. And so just plan a little bit of extra time into whatever you're doing. But I still think it's good to have an aggressive deadline so that you still work really hard on it, trying to meet that deadline. But give yourself a little bit more wiggle room and be patient, because things tend to take longer than you expect. And I wish I knew that before I started my business. And I'm going to play hole number 1 now. All right, the second tip I have for you today, and this one seems kind of obvious, but I want to talk about it. When you start your business, obviously you're probably going to work harder than you've ever worked before. If you're working 9 to 5 right now, when you start your own business, there are no off hours. You're pretty much going to be working on your thing 24/7. Even things that aren't related to it, you're probably going to be thinking about your business. But let me tell you this, if you're considering whether or not to start your business, you will definitely work harder, but it won't feel like so much work. I've never worked harder in my life, but I don't feel as much like I'm working as I did before in my last job. And so just remember that you're going to work more, but it's going to feel better. And I can tell you that your meals taste better when you generated the cash yourself. Life just feels better. So yes, you'll work more, but it won't feel like so much work. Number 3, money comes from solving urgent problems. Now, I'm all for following your passion, and I think it's really important to follow your passion. But if you want to make money, it will come to you more quickly and more easily if you solve people's urgent problems. They don't care about you, they don't care about your product, they don't care about how good it is, they care about the benefits that they're going to get from it. So keep that in mind. No one cares about your product, they care about the benefits, and money comes from solving problems. Now, recent studies have shown that if you follow your passion just 40% of the time and you earn your money some other way, that makes you just as happy as if you followed your passion all the time. So you don't have to do what you exactly love all the time. If you have a side hobby that you want to do or an art project, do it. But if you want to make money, solve people's urgent problems. Number 4, do your thing as a side hustle for as long as you can. The reason I say that, even though I didn't do that, I actually just quit my job and did it because for me, I had to spend 100% of my time on my thing for it to work. But if you can or you're able to, do your thing as a side hustle for as long as possible. Now, there will probably come a point when you either have to or want to leave the job that you're in now in order to do your thing full time. But if you can keep that money coming in for as long as you can, that's going to help you. It's going to make you more solid. You can test out your ideas and see if they're viable before you just go all in on them. And so again, don't be afraid to take that big risk and quit your job if that's really what you need to do right now. But if you want to try a few ideas out, do them as a side hustle for as long as you can before you leave that solid income that you have now. So that's something that I wish I knew when I started. If I could have, I wish I could have done it for a side hustle for a little bit longer. And so if you can do that, I would recommend that, and then you can try out your ideas and see if they have legs before you jump in. But at some point also, you got to jump in with both feet. So this one kind of goes either way. Do it as a side hustle for as long as you can or you need to, and then take that risk and jump off the diving board into the deep end. Number 5, learn, but also do it your way. Now, out there in the internet world right now, there are many people explaining to you how to run a business, and probably your specific business as well. There's so much information out there about how to do things, and so it can be a little overwhelming, and also you can find whatever information you need. And there are so many gurus that try to tell you what to do, and that's great, because you can find the information that you need. But at the end of the day, until you become yourself in your business, it's going to be a lot harder for you. It's not going to be as fun. It's not going to be as fulfilling. So take the information that's available to you for your business and then make it your own. Own it. Okay, so make sure that you're doing it your way. At a certain point, you got to be you, and you got to do it your way. So take the advice that's out there and adapt it to your personality and your strengths, and then go forward with it. The most important thing is to take action. If you didn't learn anything from any videos like this and you just tried to start businesses and you failed a lot and you learned from those experiences and then didn't repeat your mistakes, that would actually give you more success than just watching these videos and taking a little bit of action, or definitely never taking action at all. So learn as much as you can, and also make sure that you take action. Taking action is the most important thing. Don't be afraid to fail. Just try something, see if it works, and then if it does, do it again. If it doesn't, try something else. So learn everything you can, but put yourself into it. Don't try to be like anyone else, because you are not like anyone else, and we need your unique contribution. Number 6, commit to your vision. Listen, if you want to start a business, it's going to take time. There's going to be a ton of obstacles in the way, and if it's not meaningful to you, you're probably going to give up. So unless you get really lucky and your thing starts working immediately, which is extremely rare, it's going to take a lot of time and effort. And there's going to be times where you want to quit, and there's going to be times where you want to give up. And if what you're doing is not meaningful to you, then you probably will quit. And so commit to your vision. Make sure that what you're doing is meaningful to you before you jump ship. Number 7. Now these next 3 are going to be marketing switches. And so number 7 is, instead of asking where can you find your clients, a better question is, where can your ideal clients easily find you? That's basically what marketing is. Your job is to make sure that the people that you really want to work with can easily find you, that they know about you, they know what benefits you have to offer, and they know you exist. And so marketing is really about how can your ideal clients easily find you, not how can you find your clients. Number 8, when it comes to defining your ideal client or your avatar, instead of thinking about demographic things like their age and their gender and stuff like that, which can also be important, go a little bit deeper and think about what kind of person do you want to work with. So when you're defining your avatar, go deeper than the demographics and go into their attributes. You know, what are their characteristics? How do they treat people? How do they treat you? How do they interact with you? What kinds of things do they enjoy doing? Okay, so go a little bit deeper when you're defining your ideal client, and you're going to find that you connect with that person a lot better, and you attract them more easily into your business, and you make more money. So go beyond demographics when you're defining your ideal client, and make sure you know what kind of person you want to work with. Now, of course, that's going to evolve over time, but it's very important to start somewhere, and then it will evolve naturally. So when you're thinking about your ideal client and who you want to work with, go beyond demographics and figure out what kind of attributes you want them to have. And finally, number 9, look at your stuff like a real human. So look at your website, look at your products, look at your programs, look at your social media pages, all of that stuff like a real human being. And ask yourself how you would respond to it. Would you click on your links? Would you buy your products or your programs? Would you buy the book that you wrote? Okay, so flip the switch on that and look at all of your stuff like a real human being. Instead of trying to sell, try to figure out if it's something that you would buy and make things that you would want to buy and present them in a way that would make you want to buy those things. And so look at everything that you have like a real person and see if it resonates with you. And if not, make those adjustments. All right, so the round's over, and the last thing I want to say is that to me, starting a successful business is about being you and your business and solving urgent problems. And if you can do that, if you can be you and your business and solve urgent problems, you're going to be happy and successful. And so again, I think success means being you and your business and solving people's urgent problems. Thank you so much for joining us on 9 Holes of Wisdom. I'm Jim Wolf, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.